The vast world of fitness influencers attracts some of the most eccentric characters online. There is no shortage of swollen, fake natural dudes trying to sell you overpriced lifting programs or trying to convince you to eat all sorts of strange foods for gains.
I'm going to attempt to eat my body weight in testicles today!
However, there is one man that stands out amongst this unusual crowd, and he is unlike anyone else in the bodybuilding scene. That man is named Jason Genova.
I am not autism.
Okay, what exercise are we showing now?
Hammer curl works all your tricep.
Hammer curl works your tricep?
Yep. I got sick and tired of him making fun of me on the internet and calling me names on Facebook. Brian. You know why I raced you, Brian? Because, one, you called me Puddinghead 50,000 times on Facebook. You have the lower body and you have no upper body. You got a problem building. Wait a minute.
Did you have Burger King today?
No! People are fucking hating, bro! I'm not a monkey, I'm a freaking human being. I deserve respect. I'm not a monkey, I'm a human being, I'm still a human.
Jason Genova is a Star Wars loving, special needs man that has a dream of becoming a world famous bodybuilder. He created a YouTube channel all the way back in 2009 to begin documenting his journey to obtain this very goal. Since then, he has developed a very large and dedicated group of fans and trolls alike that he's not afraid to deploy on his enemies by executing Order 66s.
Order 66 Jason Blowo. Order 66 Everyday Damn Fitness. Order 66 Rich Piano. Vegan gains? Vegan gains? You're getting Order 66 again.
And Order 66 is a reference from the movie Star Wars, which commands stormtroopers to execute Jedis. The stormtroopers in Jason's life are his fans, and the Jedis he wants to execute are his enemies. Of course, this has gotten Jason into many controversies, one of the largest being with the now deceased famous bodybuilder Rich Piana. The feud between these two would reach its peak when Jason met Rich at a bodybuilding convention, and Rich slapped him around for his online antics.
Ready? Are we good?
Jason has also earned himself the nickname the Iron Extortionist because of how frequently he tries to scam people.
You have a lot of long-time viewers and fans who have stood by your side through thick and thin. They've been very loyal to you, and a lot of them feel like they are calling you a word you never want to be called, a scam artist.
Well, I'm not a...
Here, hold on. This is your chance to be 100% honest. Start from the very beginning. Take us through the whole thing step by step. What happened? The floor is yours.
Alright. This kid named, The
only problem with this shit is you're a pathological liar.
I'm not a pathological liar.
Jason is also a very talented rapper. Here he is dropping some super hot fire in the booth.
I come from the East Coast, West Coast. You know the flavor. 60 stacks, baby. I'm the real jammer. Baby, I'm the ice cream, baby.
Jason's online antics have cemented him as an infamous figure inside the bodybuilding community, but not so much the broader side of the internet. He is a wacky character that I'm excited to tell you more about. This is the story of Jason Genova, the autistic wannabe bodybuilder. Before we fully dive into Jason's story, I think it's important to educate you guys on the popular vernacular inside the Genovaverse. That way, when you hear Jason say something like, "It's sick," "It's piss," or "It's pissening," you'll understand what he really means. Starting with the first few I just mentioned, the phrases "it's sick" and "it's sickening" are pretty much Jason's signature catchphrase. This phrase denotes a positive thing in the Genovaverse. For example, Jason winning a bodybuilding competition would be sick, or sickening.
Sickening.com. Look at those flexes in those fucking forearms. Look at that.
It's piss, or pissening, generally means the polar opposite, indicating a bad thing. And I say generally because sometimes these two phrases are also used in a positive manner or just shouted out loud for no reason at all. Fun fact, the term pissening originated from an old Instagram photo Jason posted which showcased a giant urine stain on the front of his underwear. The Instagram user pigdog999 is believed to be the first person to ever utter this phrase, and it took off like wildfire shortly after this. The ment or ments is another incredibly popular phrase inside the Genovaverse. This simply means entertainment. The ment became a popular saying after a video was posted of Jason attempting to read an Arnold Schwarzenegger poster that said enjoyment, which Jason read as enjoy the ment.
Arnold, enjoy the mint.
That's what Mr. Genova wants it to look like. He'll get there. He's doing pretty.
The ment or ments was used to refer to entertaining things Jason says or does shortly after this video was posted. A Genova's Witness is a term used to describe a devout Jason Genova fan. Similar to how Jehovah's Witnesses stroll around trying to spread their religion, a Genova's Witness will attempt to spread the good word of Jason Genova in a more digital manner. Jehovah's Witnesses are known to be the most fanatical fans out of them all. They have been known to completely take over comment sections of larger fitness YouTube channels, they have shut down websites like Physique of the Week, and they happily suit up as piss troopers when Jason executes an Order 66. I already explained what an Order 66 is at the start of this video, and a piss trooper is just a funny play on the stormtrooper name from Star Wars if that wasn't obvious enough. The last thing you may hear from time to time is the phrase cookie cutter.
They're all jealous of they're admiring me and Lenny. They're jealous. So 99% of those cookie cutter frickin' haters will never be able to frickin' compete in their lives. They're probably skinnier fans jacking off on their computers, watching us lift this sickening weight.
A cookie cutter is a disparaging term used to describe people who put too much value in appearances, display conformist behavior, or lack any unique personality of their own. Put simply, these people are copies of others, much like the dough cut by a cookie cutter. And this phrase was popularized by one of Jason's friends known as Big Lenny.
Right, Jason's never been a cookie cutter because he never followed the trends. Anytime you see somebody get an earring or a tattoo, or a hairstyle that goes like this, or wear an affliction shirt, so that's a cookie cutter move. That's, cookie cutter behavior. Did you originate that? Obviously not.
Big Lenny is an absolute freak of nature fueled by raw power and Russian brain drugs. He is arguably more insane than anyone inside the Genovaverse. Lenny has been caught eating entire raw eggs inside the gym while working out.
What the fuck was that? What the hell did you just put in your mouth?
Nothing.
He also admits that he enjoys eating pre-chewed food because it saves him a lot of effort. And to prove he wasn't joking about this, Lenny went to the woman at the front desk of the gym and asked her to chew up some food for him, which he promptly ate on camera. There was also a time where someone brought a taser to the gym Lenny was working out in. Lenny, of course, asked to be shot with it in the parking lot. He went outside where he easily tanked the taser, only stumbling back a few steps before ripping out the wires and flexing on everyone who was watching.
I see you cookie cutter drug addicts go down.
Big Lenny is just one of many different characters from the Delray Misfits, which are a collection of gym goers that are friends or enemies of Jason.
Last night my daughter was on Facebook.
Yeah?
And she was talking to you. And you were saying shit to her that I don't fucking like, vulgar shit.
Uh-oh.
And I don't want you fucking doing that anymore.
Yeah.
I'm fucking pissed off because I find out it's fucking you talking to her dirty. I don't want to fucking tear your throat out and shit down your neck. I'll fucking cut you up and dump you in the Everglades. Don't fucking do it again, okay? I don't want you talking to my daughter on the fucking Facebook. Make sure I'm not fucking around.
Truthfully, an entire video can be made about the revolving door of characters that inhabit this sphere, but we're mainly here for Jason at the end of the day, so let's focus back on him. Jason Genova was born on February 22, 1985, making him currently 40 years old. He originally lived in California, however, his parents decided to move to Florida when he was a young child. It can be gleaned that he wasn't the smartest kid growing up, and his lack of high school GED only helped solidify this assertion. A man named Andrew, who claims to have known Jason in high school, recounted a story about him on a subsection of the now-defunct bodybuilding.com forum called The Misc. This story truly highlights Jason's level of intelligence back then. Jason once tried out for the varsity football team. The guys who were on the team used to fuck with him. One of the things they once had him do was put on all of his gear and tell him in order to make the team, he had to tackle a tree. So Jason charged full speed at the same tree, over and over trying to tackle it and take it down. Each time he'd try to tackle it and it wouldn't go down, he got more and more angry. Finally, someone let him in on the prank and he supposedly stormed off. Jason's lack of intellect did not stop his dreams of becoming world famous. In 2009, he would create a YouTube channel and release his first video titled My Story Part 1. And yes, he misspelled story with an IE and not a Y. He introduces himself as Jason Giovanni. Nobody really knows why. And he spends the video explaining how he wants to become a professional bodybuilder.
Hello, this is Jason Giovanni. I grew up in Northridge, California in 1985, February 22nd, 1985. My favorite hobbies were sports. I used to be a semi-pro UFC fighter. I used to do other sports as well. I also was a very serious semi-pro bodybuilder, and as well, I'm trying to go pro. And I'm going to do whatever it takes to go pro, even if I have to sacrifice my body to go to the pros.
This was the first installment of the My Story videos, which were filmed by a crew of Jason's friends named Jonas, Joe, and Angel J. More installments of the My Story series would be released following the first, where Jason would continue to document his fitness journey. He also started calling out professional bodybuilders and went on random rants against his haters. Sadly, a good chunk of these videos have been lost to time after Jason's original channel got deleted. Regardless of their removal, this series gave birth to one of Jason's first real internet rivals named Josh Fox. Josh worked at the Gold's Gym Jason worked out in and continuously mocked him for his deficiencies. This beef lasted for about a year, with Josh making a mockumentary of Jason's My Story Part 1 video.
I'm not fat, by the way. I'm not. And I'll explain why I'm not fat. And I'm going to explain right now. I got my body fat tested at FAU at a tub for $10, and I got 14%. I'm not fat. Let me explain to you why I'm not fat, and I'll explain right now. I got my body fat tested in a tub at FAU for $10, and they said I was 14%.
Surprisingly, this mockumentary was poorly received by the Genova's witnesses. This is one of the first documented instances that showed, while Jason's fans enjoyed making fun of him, they are also very protective of him. By this point, Jason was well known on the bodybuilding.com MISC forum, and the combination of his My Story videos, where he called out bodybuilders, and his online spat with Josh Fox helped propel him into the limelight. Jason was eventually given the chance to go on a radio show hosted by a famous bodybuilder named Aaron Singerman. While on air, Aaron lets Jason know that the famous bodybuilder Lee Priest wanted to relay a message to him. Lee calls Jason retarded and casts doubts on Jason's claims that he knows about the science behind bodybuilding.
On MD, we have you have Lee Priest, who actually has a message for you. I'm gonna read Lee Priest's message for you, okay?
Okay.
He says you don't know shit, you have no science, and you couldn't kick a tin can along. Tell him he hopes you make a wish. He hopes that the Make-A-Wish Foundation makes your dreams come true and buys him a science kit. Also tell him he's a fucking retard. Pass this along to him.
Did Lee Priest PM you that?
Yes.
Holy shit. Do you know who Lee Priest is, Jason? Jason, do you know who Lee Priest is?
Yeah, I know who Lee Priest is.
Okay.
Jason would eventually respond to this message by exclaiming that he was not retarded and that he was just ADD and dyslexic.
What do you think of what he said there?
Well, someone's coaching him in the background. Is that your mom telling you something right now?
That's okay. Let his mom say what
Because
she
his mom can get on the phone if she wants. If she wants to rebuttal that, she can.
Oh, my stepfather makes donations to Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Now, you know that these people, when they want to hurt your feelings, they say harsh things to you. That's how people hurt people's feelings. So,
yeah.
Okay.
So what do you think?
But Lee Priest, by the way, called me a retard. I'm not retard. Actually, I'm going to be honest with you. I read articles on Lou Ferrigno, the bodybuilder.
Right.
He was born deaf in 1 year. He had speech impairment problems, and he had slight dyslexia. Guess what? I'm not going to lie to you. I'm coming out of the dark, and I'm going to tell him I'm a very successful bodybuilder, and I have dyslexia.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to. You can overcome all of these challenges because I can tell you have a lot of drive in you. You have a big heart, and your heart can overcome any challenges that you have.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a message back for Lee Priest?
I have a message back for Lee Priest. All I can say to Lee Priest is I'm not retarded, and you're wrong, buddy. I'm dyslexic, and I'm a very intelligent person. I just have overcome it.
There you go.
Fast forwarding a little bit, Jason would eventually meet a man named Andrew Fiedelman while working out in the gym one day. Their friendship would begin when Jason asked Andrew to film himself doing a set of leg press.
Okay, here we are. It's October 5th, 2010. It's leg day with Jason Genova, aka the Spaniard.
The Spaniard, this is the Spaniard
The future champ. He's going to show us how he gets those legs to be so goddamn big. Jason, what you got to say?
I am going to leg press 800 pounds right here for reps. Watch me, baby.
Hit it.
This was the first of countless interactions between the pair. Little did Andrew know that agreeing to film this one video would eventually lead him into becoming Jason's full-time camera guy while at the gym. Instead of the documentary-style videos Jason's previous film crew would create, Andrew instead filmed Jason working out in the gym and his interactions with others while doing so. Andrew would eventually film Jason at the Abs of Adonis bodybuilding competition, where he placed second out of 3 competitors. During a post-show interview, Jason expressed his displeasure with how things went, claiming he did not expect to face such strong competition. Andrew would respond to that statement by telling Jason he should expect to face competitors with good physiques in a bodybuilding competition. Jason would reply with the now infamous statement, "Yeah, but sometimes nobody shows up and you automatically win."
It was a surprise.
Well, who did you think you were going to be up against? I mean, you weren't going to be up against like some 98-pound weaklings. It was a bodybuilding show, right?
Yeah, but sometimes nobody shows up and you automatically win.
This statement should really demonstrate Jason's mentality when it comes to competitive bodybuilding. Sometime after the competition, a YouTube fitness influencer named Ian McCarthy made a video talking about how he enjoys Jason's videos and that people shouldn't make fun of him because he's probably autistic. The claim of being autistic is something Jason vehemently denies because he is not autism.
I am not autism. You're wrong. If you met me in person, my producer would tell you I'm not that. I'm dyslexic, OCD, and ADD. That's my disabilities, right, Andrew?
That's me shaking my head, yes.
Yes. I'm not fucking autism. Autism people can't drive. They can't hold 3 jobs like I'm holding and work. Even I would do for a moving company. If I was autism, would I be able to lift fucking furniture all around all day? No. Would I be able to hold signs and hand out business cards? No. Autism people usually can't talk. They have no speech. They're not aware of their surroundings, but I am.
Because Ian called Jason autistic, Jason would respond with a video where he threatens to strangle Ian, calls him skinny, and claims that he's a rich kid whose father owns the BP oil company. That last part isn't true, as his dad only worked for BP as an engineer, which Jason somehow equated to owning the entire company. After this quick feud with Ian, Jason would have a falling out with his cameraman Andrew. This happened after a troll named Chad convinced Jason to allow him to be his new manager. This was back in 2013. Long before fake manager schemes were a popular trolling method like they are now with people like World of T-Shirts and Daniel Larson. Jason would agree to let Chad become his new manager after Chad promised to bring in lots of new YouTube subscribers to Jason's channel and offered him a brand new HD camera to film himself with when Andrew wasn't around. This was of course in exchange for all the passwords to his online social media accounts. Jason would let Andrew know about this deal with Chad. After hearing this, he strongly advised Jason not to give out his passwords to strangers online. Jason would ignore this advice and went ahead with giving Chad the passwords to his accounts anyway. Chad would immediately begin to start messing with Jason's channel, doing things like changing all of the titles to random innocuous things. Jason would also give Chad Andrew's personal cell phone number, and he began spreading rumors about Andrew, like him insisting on getting paid for filming videos with Jason. This never happened. Because Jason failed to heed Andrew's warnings and started spreading lies about him, Andrew decided to quit producing videos for Jason. This falling out would prove to be tough for Jason because up until this point, Andrew was not only filming all of his videos for him, but he was also doing all of the editing and uploading to Jason's own YouTube channel as well, free of charge. After this, Andrew would go on to create the Delray Misfits YouTube channel, where he filmed interactions between other gym goers outside of Jason. This venture was surprisingly successful, with Jason eventually making appearances on this new channel after rekindling his relationship with with Andrew. Around the same time all of this unfolded between Jason and Andrew, Jason would receive a sponsorship from the supplement company Iron Mag Labs. They provided him with free supplements and a $1,000 bonus if he could win a local bodybuilding competition. Even though Jason was ecstatic about this opportunity, he did not take it seriously at all. He decided to take 2 weeks off from the gym and reunited with his old camera crew that filmed the My Story videos. My Story Part 7 was known to be controversial as it depicts Jason doing jackass-style stunts like lighting his head on fire with flaming boards and riding on top of the roof of a speeding SUV. It also featured a scene where Jason devours an entire cooked chicken in under 5 minutes and ate a large ice cream cone in one bite. It was clear that the producers created this installment with the express purpose of laughing at Jason and not with him. This video would stir up a ton of problems for Jason as it greatly displeased his new sponsors who believed Jason was hanging around the wrong crowd of people. They would give him an ultimatum following this: stop hanging around this film crew or lose his sponsorship. In order to keep his sponsorship, Jason would cut off these producers. In retaliation, they deleted Jason's original YouTube channel, resulting in the permanent loss of a ton of old content. After this, PJ Braun and Aaron Singerman, who were originally shareholders in Iron Mag Labs, began a more hands-on approach with Jason by giving him personal training sessions and posing lessons. They even wrote up a simple diet plan for Jason to follow and took him shopping for groceries to ensure he eats healthy. This would all be for nothing though, as Jason doesn't know how to cook. PJ doesn't realize Jason somehow managed to burn microwavable oatmeal in the past. He usually survives on a mix of Burger King and frozen dinners, so asking him to cook things like eggs and fresh ground beef is like asking him to perform rocket science. It wouldn't take long for Iron Mag Labs to drop Jason after weeks would pass and he showed no signs of progress. PJ and Aaron were still fans of Jason and decided to continue sponsoring him through their own company, Blackstone Labs, after this happened. Although this sponsorship wouldn't last long either, as this happened around the same time as Jason's falling out with Andrew. Blackstone Labs would stop sponsoring Jason after he threatened to commit suicide on Facebook over trolls going after him for not listening to Andrew and lying about him. I am going to end my life tonight. I am going to hell. I am going to overdose. I am tired of being bullied. Time to end my life. Maybe I'll be more loved when I am dead. Respect. Jason would spend some time coachless and sponsorless until around the end of 2013, where he teamed up with a man named Adam Harper. Adam was a CrossFit bootcamp trainer and previously helped Jason work on his cardio when he was sponsored by Blackstone Labs, so he was mostly aware of what he was getting himself into by becoming Jason's new coach. He began training with Jason one-on-one every single day. This would easily become the most hands-on coaching Jason has ever received. Even with this new, rigorous regimen, Jason still struggled to lose body fat and lean out for a bodybuilding competition, which he has been training to do for years by this point. Adam began to develop a sneaking suspicion that Jason was cheating on his diet. Because of this, he decides to film a funny video where he shows up to Jason's house unannounced to raid his fridge and cupboards for junk food. Outside of the sugary foods found during this search, there was also a bunch of other interesting revelations that came from this video. We learned that Jason has a strange relationship with his mother, and his condo was bought and paid for by his grandmother. It is also revealed that Jason does not know how to use everyday household appliances like a dishwasher or the washing machine. Adam also films his room, which contains multiple bags filled with different supplements Jason received from going to different stores and refusing to leave until they gave him free samples. Not that Jason could take any of these in the first place, as his mom forbids him because they may clash with the medications he takes for his mental disabilities. Not too long after Adam performed his raid on Jason's house, he would also find out Jason has been going to Dunkin' Donuts every day to get coffees full of sugary cream, and he has an affinity for eating extra large Milky Way bars. Adam was able to find this out because Jason hilariously stuffed his wallet full of incriminating receipts showing off all of his previous coffee and candy purchases.
Jason has a receipt from this freaking morning with coffee and cream.
I didn't know cream has... I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know cream was bad for you, Jason?
No.
No. What else did you put in that coffee?
Just cream.
And?
No sugar.
And?
No sugar.
And sugar.
No, I did not.
Say you never put sugar in the coffee at Dunkin' Donuts.
I never put sugar in the coffee at Dunkin' Donuts.
I don't know if I believe that shit.
I never. I put cream and cream and that's it.
Cream and that's it? Cream and that's it? Well, cream and what else? Because obviously you're trying to say something else, Jason.
Cream and coffee.
Cream and coffee.
Yeah.
Adam remained on Jason's case for weeks following this, and surprisingly, Jason actually started to show off some impressive results. He was easily the leanest he had ever been, slimming down to about 180 pounds, and his body fat percentage got down to around 14% for the first time ever. All this positive progress would be for nothing though, as Jason would manage to screw this up the minute Adam left him unsupervised for 1 week when he took a vacation. Upon Adam's return, Jason was noticeably fatter, with his body fat percentage back up to 16%. Jason insists he did not cheat on his diet though. Adam was informed by trolls that Jason was going to Burger King while he was gone. When he decided to confront him about this, Jason had a monumental meltdown in his car.
It can go one of two ways. The easy way or the hard way. Did you have Burger King today?
No! People are fucking hating, bro! No! I did not have fucking Burger King! I did not! I'm going home to eat! What the fuck is wrong with these fucking...
Very good. Calm down.
Fuck! I'm gonna kill them!
Who?
Fucking haters saying I went to Burger King.
Do you know who it is?
I don't know. Who is it?
I got a number, that's it. They said that they're a fan, and you gave them my number to tell me.
I did not go to fucking Burger King!
Alright, well, hold on.
I did not!
Calm down, Jason. No temper tantrum.
Fuck!
Hold
I don't
on.
eat that shit anyway.
In the beginning, Adam wasn't very liked by the Genova's witnesses because of his cocky attitude and CrossFit workouts. However, he undoubtedly brought out some great ments from Jason, and he arguably got Jason in the best shape of his life, so the Genova's witnesses' opinions on him eventually turned into a positive one. One of the best ments to come from this era with Adam came from a video where Adam asked Jason to autograph a shaker cup for a fan. Jason obliged and signed the name Janoi Kresva for some reason. When Adam notices the brutally misspelled name on the cup and asks Jason about it, he learns that Jason doesn't even know how to spell his own name.
One of your fans bought a shaker bottle off the site. He wants you to sign it. So, here. You sign it for him?
Yeah.
Here. Here's a pen. Guys, is that supposed? Does that look like a Y to you? Jason, how do you spell your name?
No.
How do you spell your first name?
Jason.
How do you spell it?
JSON.
What's that?
JSON.
J-S-O-N?
Yeah.
J-S-O-N?
Yeah.
Jason, you just put this as like, this isn't, you said first of all your name is J-A-S-O-N, and this is like a Jonoi.
No, it's not.
It's Jason. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but that's Janoi. Like it's a mix between Jonas and I don't know, man. Spell your first name again?
Jason.
Jesus. Spell it.
JSON.
J-A-S-O-N.
Jason would eventually start becoming lazy and began skipping his training sessions with Adam. One time he skipped a session because he claimed to have laryngitis. When Adam showed up to check on him a few hours later, he magically made a full recovery.
I had laryngitis this morning.
Oh my god. Oh, you're over it?
I'm
Oh
over
good.
it.
I'm glad that you can get laryngitis in 6 hours. Jason, you lying sack of swine. You're lying to me.
No, I had it a couple days.
Let me
Like
give you a
2
lie
days.
detector test real quick.
No.
Look at my fingers. Don't even.
2.
Look at them.
2.
You're lying.
I'm not lying.
Bitch.
I'm actually my eyes.
Oh yeah.
Adam would start to realize that Jason was not actually serious about being a professional bodybuilder, and that Jason only really cared about fame and fortune. He would post a video venting his frustrations on this matter, where it's clear he was at his wit's end with coaching Jason.
Shit's getting serious. Day after the video you just saw. Thoughts on it. I feel like I'm Jersey Shore right now. Talking about the events that happened last night at the club. I was mean to Jason in the video. Being an asshole to him. I don't know what else to do, man. Obviously, it's apparent he doesn't want to just become a bodybuilder. He likes the fame. He likes the money when you guys buy his shirts. So, I mean, I'm always encouraging. I'm usually always saying, oh, you look great, Jason, you look great. But I'm sick of fucking saying you look great when you don't look great. Obviously, he's not. He's gained weight. He's 187 pounds. I don't think he can get to 170, so maybe 175 would be the goal. I don't know what to do anymore. It's impossible. I have to say it. It's fucking impossible.
Shortly after this, Adam's time coaching Jason would come to an end. He would explain that he could no longer train Jason because his wife was displeased with how much time he was spending with him. He also claimed to have a new business venture he needed to work on, and that Jason's motivation levels were abysmally low. Even though Jason exclaimed he was giving it his all, this would ultimately end the Adam Harper saga. Jason would go coachless for a while following this, and without proper guidance grew fatter and fatter with each passing day. Jason swells back up to over 200 pounds, and his body fat percentage was back to 21% by the middle of 2014. This was around the time the infamous monkey prick meme came to fruition. A user on Facebook named Alex Johnson decides to comment an image of a half man, half monkey that oddly looks like Jason on all of his Facebook statuses and videos with the caption, "Monkey prick." Genova's witnesses caught wind of this and began doing the same, causing this image to spread like wildfire. Sometime after this, Andrew would ask Jason on camera what he thinks about the new monkey prick nickname. A clearly agitated Jason goes off on a rant about how he is not a monkey, which only helped to proliferate this meme even more.
I'm about to explain the monkey prick thing. It has to stop. I'm not a monkey. I'm a freaking human being. I deserve respect. I'm not a monkey, I'm a human being, I'm still a human.
The coachless era truly brought out some great mints. Another notable mint from this era came from Jason announcing he was going on a dirty bulk with a plan of blowing up to 260 pounds. In order to accomplish this, he takes a trip with his cameraman Andrew to the buffet restaurant Golden Corral. In a now infamous video, a visibly fat Jason calls himself a garbage disposal while gorging himself on 5 to 6 full plates of what he calls slop. And he does this all while singing a little jingle about being fat.
We eat fat, 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 fat. We blow up in town. And the back is gonna blow up. We eat some clogged arteries. Some fat, fat, fat. Fat, fat, fat. Some fat, fat, fat chicken all the way so you clog your arteries and explode by.
Shortly after this, someone would jokingly enter Jason into the online Physique of the Week contest. Despite having the worst physique out of everyone in the competition, Jason would still win because the Genova's witnesses flooded the votes with their support. Jason would show up to the gym the following day ecstatic that he finally won a competition, happily telling everyone about his accomplishment. This joy would be short-lived, however, because the owner of the Physique of the Week competition, Rick Hall, decided to overturn this decision, instead giving the win to the person who came in second place. This clearly broke his own rule that wins were purely decided by votes and enraged Jason and the Genova's witnesses. Jason would become the Piss Lord and issued his first Order 66 against Rick Hall and the Physique of the Week competition. Genova's witnesses suited up as piss troopers and began flooding the comment section of the Physique of the Week Facebook page. The page quickly went into panic mode and disabled the ability to leave comments on any of their posts, and they started deleting anything that was remotely related to Jason. The Piss Troopers also started messaging the Physique of the Week's website's sponsors in an attempt to get them removed. This would lead to the discovery that the companies displayed on the website had stopped their sponsorships long before this situation unfolded, and it was actually illegal for the website to be using their logos and branding. Rick Hall would attempt to cover up this entire situation by privating his social media accounts and deleting the Physique of the Week Facebook page. This would prove to be too little, too late, because the Piss Troopers would continue carrying out the Order 66. They would discover and expose the fact that Rick is a fake natural. They would also expose him for buying fake likes and comments for his social media, and his history of private messaging people on bodybuilding forums trying to sell them steroids comes to light as well. Rick would eventually reach out to Jason in private and apologized for overturning the decision. He also offered Jason the prize money and interview that he rightly deserved for winning. While Rick eventually righted his wrong, it ultimately wouldn't matter because his reputation and competition was forever tarnished from this whole fiasco. I think it's safe to say Jason began to recognize the power of his audience after his Order 66 on Rick Hall. Following the discovery of his newfound power, Jason would let it go to his head and started dropping Order 66s on anyone online who he felt slighted by or for trivial to no reason at all. He truly had become the Piss Lord.
Order 66 Rich Piana for not sponsoring me, and Order 66 Rich Piana. Order 66 Everyday Damn Fitness for being jealous of Johnny Bravo. He's an ugly old fat man, and his wife's an ugly old fat bitch. Peace out. Jason Blaha's getting order 66. Blowho. Order 66, Jason Blowho. Louis Marco, you're getting order 66. How dare you disrespect Lenny talking about has a gut, H-E-H gut, and all that shit. And how dare you disrespect the Sith Lord me. Order 66, Sarah Piana, for using Rich Piana for her green card. Vegan Games? Yeah. Vegan Games, you're getting order 66 again.
In my opinion, some of the most notable ments that spawned from Jason's Order 66 spree came from his attacks on Cali Muscle, Rich Piana, and Ice Poseidon. Jason would call an Order 66 on the once popular fitness influencer Cali Muscle because he called Jason and the Genova's witnesses retards in a previous video.
Cali Muscle, Order 66 you is because you call me a retard. I'm not retarded. I have some learning issues that I order 66 you, but the reason why I order 66 you is because you call me retarded. You got it all wrong. I'm not retarded. I have dyslexia, I have ADD, I have OCD, I have some issues, but I'm not retarded.
Initially, Cali would angrily react to this Order 66, calling Jason a bitch who was looking for sympathy. Jason would continue his Order 66 on Cali, and eventually Cali resorted to doing a silly voodoo ritual to break its spell.
This video is for all the ones that have ordered Order 66 on me. You better check and see for all those who have tried to harm me, slander me, or tried to defame me, what happened to them when they didn't give an apology like they were told. So all of you that are following a minion, a peasant, look behind me, you will see I am guarded by an angel. I'm here for a purpose, and will no one or nothing stop it. Just check behind me. So you see him? You see him back there? Yeah.
Moving on to the Order 66 on Rich Piana, this was the first online attack that ended up having real-world consequences for Jason. Jason launched an Order 66 on Rich because Rich wouldn't sponsor him. This would be hard for Rich to do in the first place because he had no idea who Jason even was. Nevertheless, Jason still took offense to this and launched the Piss Troopers into an attack.
Order 66 Rich Piana for not sponsoring me, and Order 66 Rich Piana. Rich Piana is getting order 66. Wannabe is getting order 66. Order 66 Rich Piana's candy ass.
In typical fashion, the Piss Troopers went to work bombarding Rich's social media comment sections in defense of their Piss Lord. Some time would pass following this online onslaught, and Jason would end up meeting Rich in person at a bodybuilding convention. At first, Rich doesn't recognize him until Jason informs him he was Jason Genova, the famous YouTuber. Rich then made the connection that he was the man behind the Order 66 hate mob and let Jason know that it pissed him off and that he needed to do something to him to get even. He would then ask Jason if he would agree to slapbox him, which Jason of course said yes.
You ordered a 66 on me, right? Didn't you do that once?
No!
Never did?
No!
I swear?
I did, actually.
You did? Why would you do that?
Because I was just joking.
You were just joking?
Sorry, sorry.
Well, let me ask you a question. When you do that, you're kind of like fucking people's social media, right?
Yeah.
Sorta?
Sorta.
You think that's cool?
No, it's not cool.
It's not cool, right?
Not cool. Sorry, brother.
So you would never do that again?
No, never do it again.
Promise?
Promise.
Because honestly, like...
That hurt his feelings.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt my feelings. It just kind of pisses me off, you know?
Sorry, brother. Sorry.
I feel like I gotta do something back to you to get back to you, you know?
No, sorry, brother.
Can I slap you around a little bit on camera? What do you think?
No, I'm sorry.
Just a couple slaps to make us even?
I'll pose them.
How about a slap? How about we slap box for like 5 seconds? You want a slap box?
Yeah.
Like 5 seconds?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
It's okay? You're not gonna press charges?
No.
You ready? Yeah.
You ready? 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 Are we good? Are we all good now? So you're never going to do that again, right? You promise? No more Star 6, what is it called?
Order 66.
So you learned your lesson, right?
Yep.
No more of that. It's not cool. We all want to be friends, right?
Yep.
Okay, so no more of that.
No more.
We all need to get along, right?
Yep.
So no more of that shit.
Sorry, brother.
So we're all good? We're friends?
We're friends.
All right, brother.
Good seeing you, man.
All right, brother. Now I like you. I like you.
I like it too.
All right, brother? Okay, cool.
Once this footage came out, it would enrage the Genova's witnesses, who would once again mobilize to attack Rich for slapping Jason. Rich would receive so much backlash from the piss troopers that he decided to make an apology video for slapping Jason. In this video, Rich explains how he received death threats from certain piss troopers after Jason's first Order 66 on him. He also explains that he was totally unaware of who Jason was. He stated that he had no idea Jason was special needs, and he would never have acted in that manner had he known.
What I do want to say is, at the point in time when this incident happened, I had no idea anything about Jason Genova. I didn't know he had a learning disability. You know, I didn't know he was slow. I mean, this was all pointed out to me after the fact. I mean, even when I was talking to Louis Marco on the phone, I didn't realize this information, you know. Once I started actually, you know, looking at comments and listening to people and talking to people, that's when it hit me, and I saw what people were writing, and I'm like, what are they talking about? He's slow, you know? I mean, I don't know. All I know is he fucking threatened my life and, you know, threatened my wife's life and, you know, fucked up my social media. And, you know, to me, you know, I was thinking other thoughts about him. I was thinking he was crazy in a crazy kind of Charles Manson way, you know. And when I watched that video, you know, I'm just being honest, the video just, it didn't seem, you know, it just was a video of him ordering a 66. And I've talked to him on the phone now. I've talked to him a lot on the phone. I've actually went and looked at some of his stuff on his request, and it's quite obvious to me that he is slow. It is quite obvious that he has learning disabilities, and I'm going to tell you the truth, I had no fucking idea when this incident happened that he had any kind of learning disabilities. And, you know, whether you believe me or not, it's the fucking truth.
His apology seemed genuine, and he even met up with Jason a little while after this, where he trained with him and even let him slap him a few times to make up for what happened at the convention.
Are you ready to, you gonna loosen up?
Yeah, I'm loosen up.
You ready to slap?
Yeah.
You gonna slap me?
Yep.
You gonna get back at me?
Yep.
Okay, let's do this. Slap. Oh shit. God, this motherfucker hits pretty hard.
It seems this beef had finally been resolved, but I guess Jason holds grudges because he had this to say about Rich after he passed away a year after they collaborated.
Sorry that Rich Piana died. Rich Piana's dead. He died yesterday, the day before. Rich Piana is dead. He died. My thought on Rich Piana's death is that a lot of people don't like him at expos and stuff like that. And Rich Piana died from his brain damage. He didn't make it in the hospital. He died. My thoughts, he never collabed with me again, so he deserves what he gets. Rich Piana deserves what he gets. He died from brain damage. But he deserves what he gets because he never collabed with me. Alright, peace out, bud.
The last notable Order 66 I would like to mention before moving on to the next section of the video was on the live streamer named Ice Poseidon. This was another case of Jason ordering the piss troopers to attack someone because they didn't respond to him about collaborating. This was also another Order 66 that would end up having real-world consequences for Jason. It didn't happen right away. In fact, it took years for Jason's karma to come back and bite him in the ass for this attack. This karma came in the form of a man named Broke Malone. Broke Malone was a live streamer that was affiliated with Ice Poseidon's IP2 network at one point in time. He was a degenerate IRL live streamer that was known for getting into fights with strangers and doing drugs. One night, Broke was streaming and spotted Jason in the parking lot of the gym. He decided to confront him for calling an Order 66 on Ice, threatened to attack him, and made him apologize.
I'm sorry,
He called all his boys to go in and do his little, what do you call it?
The Order 66.
Yeah, the Order 66. So don't ever do that.
No, I learned my lesson.
Okay, don't ever do that again to fucking, you want to do that to other niggas, that's cool, but don't do it.
Like small people,
People. Well, I think it's fucked up morally.
How do you think?
But I apologize.
One
I'm
day,
sorry, bro.
one day, a street nigga
He's gonna get mad and
it ain't no game, bro. It's some ski mash shit.
That one.
It ain't no game.
No,
It's some ski mash. You'll get run up by a real nigga and get
that's why I
fucked
gotta
up.
be careful what I do, man. I gotta be really
Because
careful.
people online, they think everything's safe online. There's separate community. But there's niggas like me who actually is out there with fucking real niggas right here, Lake Worth and Seacrest. Boyne and Seacrest,
I apologize,
and
man.
shit will get fucked up for my homies. So just don't say nothing about him, and we cool.
I'm cool, man.
Okay,
cool now, man.
okay. As long as you apologize,
I'm apologizing.
Okay.
I learned my lesson, man.
So you
made a mistake.
Okay, so you apologize to ICE and all CX Army.
Yeah. I
Okay.
apologize, bro.
All right.
This confrontation would enrage the piss troopers, who launched a full attack on Broke's social medias. They doxed Broke and his entire family, and one of the Delray misfits, Jay Masters, decided to travel to his family's home to let his neighbors know he was in trouble.
I'm looking for the childhood home of Mr. Jared or whatever his name is. The guy that we got on video bullying Jason Genova. You do not fuck with Jason Genova no matter how much you hate him. Because we will get you. How would you guys like to be laying in your bed, hungover as fuck, because you're an opioid junkie, not even knowing that Jay Masters is stalking your parents' house live on Instagram? Where's 2400? Yeah. Because that's 2416, and there's nothing past that.
Never heard of 2400.
It'd be in the water.
Yeah, it would be.
Okay.
You have a name?
Jared Orr.
Oh, Hour?
Yeah.
That's that right there.
Ah. He got kicked out by his dad?
I don't know.
Oh.
What's going on over there?
I'm an investigator.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in a little trouble.
Oh boy.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
Okay.
How about that, folks? How about that? Was that fucking awesome? There's his house. I just fucked this guy.
This attack from the piss troopers would cause Broke's family to kick him out of his house, and his girlfriend would leave him to distance herself from the situation. A destitute Broke Malone would resort to making a video apologizing to Jason in an attempt to get the piss troopers off of his back.
I don't know if I can talk to some kind of party or get in contact with Genova. Like I said, the whole fucking piss trooper army, y'all did your job. Y'all got me kicked out. Good job, bro. That's fine. I deserve my karma. But quit fucking with my motherfucking family. That shit is not cool. Jason Genova, I do sincerely apologize to you, bro. I should not handle it the right way. I should not have even threatened violence. I'm sorry, bro. I did not mean to bully you.
This would appease the Genova's witnesses, and they would ultimately leave Broke alone following this apology. At a certain point, Jason had called in so many Order 66s that they started to lose their desired effect on their targets. The piss troopers finally had enough of the constant calls for action, and in an attempt to give Jason a reality check, they organized a mass unsubbing from his channel to teach him a lesson. His goodwill with his once loyal fan base was slowly tarnishing as more people were starting to hate Jason rather than love him. Jason wouldn't decide to get back into shape and take bodybuilding seriously again until 2017. He decided he was going to compete in the CJ Classic as well as the Ruby Championships at the end of the year. Jason started posting workout videos again, which helped cure the mint drought that the Genovaverse was undergoing at this point in the timeline. Even though he was training on a regular basis again, Jason didn't come close to getting back into proper shape for a bodybuilding competition. 2 weeks out from the CJ Classic, and he was nowhere near ready to confidently walk onto that stage. stage. Members of the Del Rey Misfits attempted to convince Jason to pull out of the show. Even Big Lenny, who is usually super supportive of Jason, was trying to talk him out of competing to prevent him from embarrassing himself. Of course, all of these genuine concerns would fall on deaf ears as Jason would still decide to compete. Just 1 week out from the competition, Jason was attempting insane internet science where he covered his stomach in Preparation H hemorrhoid cream and wrapped it in shrink wrap to try and flush out his gut.
Don't move. When are you going on stage? In a week?
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Yeah,
look at what he does. What the fuck? What is that?
Dave told me about it.
He told you about what?
Because to put preparation, he used to do it. You put Preparation H around your stomach.
But what's wrapped around your stomach?
Saran wrap, because it pulls out the water. That's how the bodybuilders used to do it back in the 70s, 80s.
Good luck.
Yep.
I've never heard that, but
Dave does it. He used to do it all the time.
Jason would go on to compete in the CJ Classic. He walks out on stage and his physique is terrible. Some would say absolutely pissening. He rushes through his poses where you can notice that he's obviously smaller than he has been in all previous competitions. And his body overall was lacking serious definition. To no one's surprise, Jason would come in last place in this competition. Jason would end up coping with this loss by making up a lie that he only competed because he was paid $500 for an appearance fee. His constant lying and lack of mense would cause more of the Genova's witnesses to start disliking his videos and unsubscribing from his channel. After the CJ Classic, a man named John Bravo would travel to Florida to film a mini documentary on Jason. This short 10-minute film would end up being released on June 7th, 2017. It was professionally shot and edited, however, it was heavily dramatized with a major focus on Jason's disabilities. For the first time ever, Jason would admit to having autism on camera.
I was born with slight, you can't even see that. I don't even think it's like 1% of autism. I got ADD, I got HAD, I got OCD, dyslexia, Tourette's. Those are all disorders where you have trouble,
After this, Jason would continue training for the Ruby Championship that was scheduled towards the end of 2017. He set a goal to compete in the 170-pound division, but showed up to the event weighing over 200 pounds. Jason's physique was so piss poor that he was put into the novice class even though he had been training and competing for these shows for close to a decade by now. He would come in second place out of 2 competitors, meaning he technically came in last. After this loss, Jason would announce he was done competing. From here, the content on his channel would become completely stale. All he would upload was unentertaining vlogs or live streams where he stared at the camera waiting to reply to the rare positive comment that came through in a sea of negative. Eventually, he would make the claim that he was going to become a professional gamer on Twitch, despite never talking about playing video games prior to this in his life. A pay pig decides to send Jason a brand new PS4 and gaming computer, as well as helped set up his Twitch channel for him to stream on. This was some less than elaborate scheme by the pay pig to collect donations off the back of Jason's popularity and drive viewers to his own dead channel. This plan would backfire in spectacular fashion when Jason fired up his first stream where he failed to beat the GTA 5 tutorial mission and then resorted to flexing on stream in a Speedo, which resulted in his account getting suspended.
I got both of my Speedos, I guess. It's sick, it's this, it's Nature Boy McLaren. Woo, Speedos!
With Jason no longer seriously working out and now spending his time playing video games, he ballooned up to the fattest he's ever been. By 2018, a fat Jason would resort to selling Order 66s on his Instagram for as little as $10. Trolls would buy a ton of these in an attempt to get Jason to say racist remarks or slurs. This would ultimately backfire on them though, because Jason proved to be too illiterate to read their racist messages correctly. One person attempted to get Jason to say Order 66 Chinese people, but Jason ended up reading that as Order 66 cheese people. Another person tried to get Jason to read Order 66 Indian people for smelling like curry, and this is how Jason read that message.
Order 66 Indian people for smiling on people.
Towards the end of 2018, a well-liked Del Rey Misfits character named Brad would receive calls that Jason was catfished once again. This is something that has happened multiple times to Jason in the last decade. There was a small group of trolls that would engage in catfishing Jason to get him to do embarrassing things for their entertainment when Mintz would slow down in the Genovaverse. They've gotten him to do a variety of things like drive around town for fake meetups, got him to send embarrassing naked images of himself to them, and they even engaged in homoerotic conversations with Jason as well. This time went much further than all of those endeavors I previously mentioned. Brad was informed Jason was tricked into masturbating to completion and then eating his semen on camera. He would then confront Jason on this allegation, and Jason would simply reply with, "That was a year ago." In 2019, Coach Adam would re-emerge onto the scene. He wasn't committing to being Jason's coach again, but instead decided to film some one-off workout videos with him from time to time. He would even help Jason create a pre-workout called Sickening Pump. The Genova's witnesses that have stuck around to this point bought out the stock and left reviews with comments like, "Took one scoop and immediately pissed myself. It's pissening." At the end of 2019, a new documentary would be released following Jason called Pumping Piss. The film is 45 minutes long and focuses on the current state of Jason rather than his story as a whole. At a certain point in the doc, Big Lenny is filmed calling out Jason, saying he's tired of him being a cookie-cutter rapper then training for bodybuilding shows. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Jason started making rap music sometime after his decision to stop competing.
Yo, you know my flavor. I'm the real gangster, baby. I come from the East Coast, baby. You got my flavor, baby. I'm the real Rob Bale. You got nothing on me. I'm a wangster.
The Pumping Piss documentary didn't portray Jason in the best light, but he still happily posted it on his channel anyway. Going into 2020, Jason would start a brand new series on his channel where he became a food critic. Lifting weights had been left behind as Jason fully leaned into his real passion of stuffing his face with unhealthy foods. His food ratings would have a scale based off two things: taste and texture. He reviewed things like 7-Eleven pizza, Taco Bell, and he even went back to Golden Corral to stuff his face once again. He tried to act somewhat eloquent in the beginning of this review, but it quickly devolved into Jason silently eating 6 or 7 full plates of cheap buffet food.
Usually people start with a salad.
Not me. I eat crap garbage, but I fast 24 hours.
You've always eaten garbage. You just never filmed it until now. Now you film it with no regrets, no regrets.
No regrets. Who cares? We're entitled to enjoy our food.
Hey, eat whatever you want. Fat and happy. That's how the piss troopers like you.
On top of becoming a food critic, Jason also began buying autographed Star Wars memorabilia with a plan to create his own condo museum that he could charge people to walk through. It's likely all of the items he was buying were fake though, as their certificates of authenticities look like they were drawn up in the Microsoft Paint program. This wouldn't stop Jason from trying to charge people upwards of $500 to walk through his smelly, cluttered apartment full of Star Wars junk. It's clear by this point that the days of gym mints were a thing of the past. There was a glimmer of hope that would return though when Jason uploaded a video titled "Getting Back into Shape and Starting a Comeback." The video opens with Jason scarfing down a Burger King family meal followed by a half-assed workout in the gym. It's sickening. Unfortunately for the Genova's witnesses, this wasn't the epic comeback they were hoping for, and soon after this, the already fleeting Jason mints would dry up entirely. This happened after Jason's uncle and grandma confiscated Jason's computer. They did this because users on the FitMisc forum were posting Jason's uncle's images and personal information inside of a Jason Genova thread. This infuriated him, causing him to order Jason to remove all of his information online, akin to the time Bob Chandler told Chris Chan to do the same.
I don't care what you do. You get all that stuff off of there. Tonight. I'm working on it. Go work on it. I am. Do you realize something? Let me tell you.
Jason's uncle would also show up on various different forums and message boards revolving around Jason where he would demand users to remove his information as well. This, of course, would only cause the Genova's witnesses to go even harder on him. Jay Masters would re-emerge, calling for his own Order 66 against Jason's uncle, and led the charge on this by repeatedly doxing him. This would cause Jason's grandma to get involved in this situation. She would take away Jason's computer and threaten to kick kick him out of her condo unless he removed their information off the internet. The uncle would also allegedly attempt to Baker Act Jason while this was all happening as well. Jason would disappear from the internet for a week and returned with a video where he seemingly read a script lamenting about how the trolls were affecting his life.
What's going on in my life here? So a couple weeks ago, some of you trolls called and harassed my uncle's workplaces, creating loads of problems for me. There's been a Reddit page created all the purpose to harass my uncle. My uncle knows it's my trolls and he's really pissed at me. My uncle thinks I put his name, his phone number, and his address. I never had anything type to do with any of that stuff. Obviously, he underestimates how powerful the trolls are and how determined they are to mess with me. Unfortunately, I can't control you guys. You do what you want. Obviously, guys, I wish you would stop, but that's not why I'm making this video here. Every day he's been calling on the phone, screaming, getting heated. My uncle's very close with my grandmother and she's taking sides with him on this one. Somehow, you trolls have digged into this information, I don't know how. My uncle's been coming over to my house, threatening me to kick down my doors and making you trolls and guys to stop. Unfortunately, it's not as easy as clicking a button and making it just disappear and go away. For the past few days, he's been coming to my house, banging on my door, and I've had to call the cops at least once or twice. He's also called the cops on me a couple times in the last couple days. Legally speaking, I've done nothing wrong to him. He says I've slandered him when I've had nothing to do with him. I never associate him with my channel whatsoever, ever. I never said his name in a video and I never asked you guys to troll him. He wants to sue me for slander. I'm not worried about getting sued, but there's a bigger problem. My grandma owns the property and I pay the rent in return. I get to live here. She doesn't understand how the internet works. She wants me to completely make this go away, and she's on my uncle's side, taking his side, and there's nothing we can do about it. They think if I delete all my social media, they make these problems all go away.
Things would go eerily silent in the Genovaverse after this. Not long after this hostage-style video was posted, Jason would private every single video on his channel. His channel would then subsequently be deleted by YouTube for terms of service violations, causing over a decade of Ments to be mostly lost forever. It's rumored this was the result of Jason's uncle mass reporting his channel after the Genova's witnesses review-bombed his catering business. And this is pretty much where Jason's story comes to a grinding halt. Since the termination of his YouTube channel, he has never returned to the platform. In 2022, he would surprise everyone by doing an interview with John Bravo where he would clarify that he was alive and doing well. He discussed a variety of things like how he was still working out 3 days a week, how he's been working at Publix for over 20 years now, and how he would have insanely done Gay for Pay with Cali Muscle. He also confirms that he will never be returning to social media. Instead, he was choosing to focus on staying out of trouble and collecting coins.
I give a message. I just want to make peace with people in the past and move on in my life and, stay out of trouble. And I'm done with social media and I'm just moving on. But I'm still alive. I'm out here in Florida. I'm still alive.
Are you going to come back?
No.
Never?
Probably never.
Really?
Yep.
That's sad, bro, because this was your dreams, man, and you did a lot of entertaining videos, and to me, the biggest thing about fitness is I like the entertainment factor of it, and a lot of it's missing, nowadays. A lot of people aren't entertaining no more. So, I'm hoping that you change your mind and do decide to come back.
Jason would go quiet again after this, with an occasional post on his Instagram being made, but not much outside of that. In 2024, he would appear in a few of PJ Braun's Instagram reels. In one of the reels, Jason explains once again that he will not be returning to YouTube because he is banned and had family problems.
Alright.
What's up, guys? Look who we have here.
It's Jason. His brother PJ's here.
We're hanging out today. Jason was giving me some information on coins, of course, but I wanted to share with you guys, because people keep asking me this all the time, if I'm going to start doing YouTube videos. Jason, why are you out angling me so much, brother? But he is actually not allowed on YouTube. Can you explain why, so they understand?
Because I was banned there because of my family issues. That's all. I was banned and I can't go back on.
You have to get a little more serious than that. You can't get just banned for family issues.
I had family problems. I can't go back on.
Apparently he is in fact actually banned on YouTube, so can't do videos on YouTube, but I can do fun stuff with Jason like this in this reel that I'm going to throw up today.
All right.
In this really old school shirt.
The gold.
That shirt. I think we gave him
Iron
that
Man-
shirt probably at least 10 years ago.
2012, actually. It was 11 years ago.
All right, say peace out, bye.
Peace, bye.
And those are the last real tangible updates to be shared when it comes to the Genovaverse. It seems Jason really is serious about staying off social media. In a way, he kind of achieved his goal of becoming a world-famous bodybuilder, albeit not in the most traditional way. And now he's living a quiet life, pushing shopping carts and collecting coins inside his grandmother's condo. The days of the piss lord calling in Order 66s and flexing in the gym with the Del Rey Misfits are long gone. This has been the story of Jason Genova, the autistic wannabe bodybuilder. If you made it to this point in the video, I really appreciate it. Thank you for taking some time out of your day to learn about this bodybuilding legend. I'd like to give a shout out to all of my channel members. I appreciate the hell out of your guys' support. And if you'd like a few extra hours of content each week, I do a live stream every Sunday night at 8 p.m. EST. Consider stopping by. With all of that being said, I'm Nick Nobody, and until next time, I'm out.